Ryu's got a beard now. Ryu's got a beard now. I'm so happy about Ryu getting a beard. That's so awesome. So listen, guys, I'm going to do some more speculating right now. If you don't like speculation videos, this isn't the video for you. If you do, stick around. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to speculate about three things. One is the character roster chart that Matt Dahlgren, the color-coded one that Matt Dahlgren had explained a little bit more. I'm also going to talk about Ono's tweets for Dubai 15. At this point, he has done, when I made this video, he had done 2 for Dubai 15 and 1 for TGS. You might watch this video after both of those events, in which case there's not a lot in here for you, other than a couple of other guesses about the Street Fighter 2 characters. So let's talk about this chart, right? Matt Dahlgren says that the characters in green represent classic characters that you would expect to appear in a Street Fighter game. I think that means Street Fighter 2, but it was kind of weird the way he worded it, so maybe there's one from Street Fighter 4, not really sure. In purple, that's new characters, and in blue is returning characters. It looks like the alpha characters, which is really weird because we heard a lot about the idea of Alex, and then obviously Urien and Gil. There's a gem in Nash's head, so you're thinking like, where the hell are Urien and Gil? But I guess this is the way to think about it, right? There's the initial roster, there's story mode, and then there's unplayable characters, and then there's going to be I think they're just going to keep the hype going for a year with loads of DLC characters. And actually, the rate at which they're moving through the characters right now, I expect them to start talking about the DLC characters. So I went back to, when I was thinking about the Street Fighter 2 characters, I went back to the world rankings, the poll that they did for the most popular characters. A lot of people have sort of said, they're not following the poll. Well, Birdie was kind of, I think, the character they threw in there to throw you off the scent. The truth is, marketing and business, I think, basically trumps everything else. And Street Fighter 5 is going to be a harder sell than Street Fighter 4. I don't want to get into that right now, but it is going to be a harder sell, right? Because it's not based on nostalgia, and it's not based on, for the first time being able to play this game online. So what I did was I took like the top 10 in the world ranking of Street Fighter 2 characters. I took them out, put them to one side, and in red I have the characters that are already in Street Fighter 5. In green I have the character Akuma, who I expect to be DLC. And then reason being is I just think he's going to be a secret boss. He's going to be really hyped DLC. And then I think Sagat, Guile, and Zangief are going to be in there. But there's only 2 spots, right? So let's look at that a little bit closer with the 4 characters. So I think Akuma, DLC, Sagat is really weird because I'm not sure how he's going to fit into the story right now, because the story, you read the Udon book and then you're looking at kind of the characters who are involved, and you're kind of like, well, what is Sagat's role exactly? So I don't know if he's going to be in the first 16 straight off the bat. Guile, it's very possible that he could be in the first 16. The question is, how different is he from Nash? Nash has obviously been made very different from Guile. So he could be downloadable DLC, or he could be in the first 16. And then, Zangief is really interesting because he's a big grappler. He's a different style. He's Armika's rival. And just the idea of him being a different play style to me is intriguing and makes me think that he could be included. I also have a couple of not classic characters, but I wonder whether some of these characters, could be considered classic characters. I'm not really sure. I think, honestly, the top 8 would probably be Street Fighter 2, maybe one Street Fighter 4 character, the way that they've been described as classic characters. I do know that Jury seems to be extremely popular, fan favorite, and important in terms of the story, if this story is in fact Street Fighter 4 and then Street Fighter 5. And then, of course, Sakura is Ryu's apprentice and Karen's rival. We'll talk about her. And then, the other people on the list were Ibuki, Cody, Dudley, and Balrog. All very possible. Not Street Fighter 2 characters apart from Balrog. Sorry, Balrog wasn't on the list. I threw him in there because he was the final Street Fighter 2 boss who wasn't in that top 10. But also, I think there's going to be a boxer. So the question is, which boxer? Is it Dudley, is it Balrog, or is it somebody new? Well, guess what? In the comments section of my last video, a guy called Red Wolf came in and directed me to a video called Fight of the Century, Coyote Boys Rise Up. I suggest you check it out. You can look at it and you can go, okay, it's just a promotional, it's just a sponsorship deal to gain Street Fighter V some notoriety amongst people who like fighting. And it basically has these Coyote Boys, these guys who train with Manny Pacquiao, wearing Street Fighter V gear and talking Rise Up, all that sort of stuff. Or you can see more meaning in it, which is like, oh, they're going to create a new character based around a real life person, which is what they do quite a lot of the time. And are they going to create a boxer based on Manny Pacquiao? I don't know, but it's definitely worth checking out. And thank you, Red Wolf, for that tip. And that was that was all his thoughts. One other thing just to note is in there, since we were talking about the Udon Street Fighter V book, is that they have at the back 2 pieces of artwork, just 2. One of them has Birdie in it with Cammy, who are in the game, and one of them has November. Could it be random? I don't know. Could she feature at some point in the game? Very possible. I think they're gradually trying to introduce all the dolls as we go along, and she's an interesting one. So I guess my guesses for Street Fighter 2, I'll take you to a chart I did, which has, you know, kind of like the 4 that I think have a possibility of being in the classic section. That is Zangief, Guile, Sakura, and Juri. And I'm just going to fill it out. In fact, I'm going to fill out a lot of spaces here. I'm going to say, boom! I'm going to say that Zangief's going to be in there. I'm going to say, for some, I just don't know why, my gut tells me this, but I think Juri is going to be in that section just because he didn't call it a Street Fighter 2 section and she's hugely popular. And then I think Karen, and then Manny. And so we'll talk about those as well, but that's kind of like me filling out the roster. And I'm sure I will do a patch 3.32. The reason this is speculation patch 3.31 is because 331 is the date they're releasing this game, and my birthday. Peace. Sorry, I'm trying to move through this really quickly. Okay, his Dubai tweets. Ono's Dubai tweets. It's not small news. Whatever's going on in Dubai is not small news because there's been 2 tweets and it's a character reveal. And it's interesting, there's going to be 2 characters revealed in the space of a week. And you know why? Because the event's dates dictate it. But what's really interesting about it is that what's going on in Dubai? So I looked at the first picture and it kind of looked like a sonic boom, to be honest, in a weird sort of way. It had that vapor trail to it. And I looked at some of the images, still images of Guile and the vapor trail on his sonic boom, and I thought that was kind of interesting. The blue circles are not new, by the way. That's blocking in Street Fighter V. So I thought September the 11th, All-American Hero, Guile, whatever, maybe. Then I thought, nah, not in Dubai. So I thought there's a reason. There's something to do with Dubai. So then, of course, there's this whirlwind, which kind of looks like Cody's special move. It could be. He's popular. He's in the top in the world rankings. He's right up there, so it could well be. But again, I'm like thinking, why Dubai? Why Dubai? Why Dubai? Like, why now? Why Dubai? So when I went on my travels, when I went to E3, when I went to EVO, when I went to Comic Con, I met all sorts of people who were related to Capcom and Street Fighter in some form or fashion. Some were very close, some knew the list, some liked to speculate, some were just people in general who liked to speculate, had heard rumors, whatever. This is a speculation video, so let's speculate. But one of the rumors I heard a couple of times is that when Capcom was looking for financing before PlayStation came in, they actually went to, I guess, some sort of conglomerate in United Arab Emirates in Dubai, and to sweeten the deal, in the game manual they'd actually designed an Arabic warrior. So it's possible that they just designed that character and continued with that character even if the investment didn't come from Dubai. In which case, I'm going to say that it is in fact a new character, an Arabic warrior who can control wind and sand, you know, like those wind and sand storms, and that's what we're seeing. But only time will tell. And to be honest, by the time you see this video, the reveal will probably have happened anyway, and I'll look like an idiot. Next one, the final one, is the tweet from Ono about Tokyo Game Show. Looks like Karin Although she wears shoes, not trainers, but they are all red and has a red bag, kind of like a gym bag, girl's bag. Karin, has a red uniform. She has cycling shorts, which would kind of make her look like she's sporty, which would go with this gym bag idea. I'm just throwing things out there, but I mean, the point is, also just look at the Japanese rankings for favorite character of all time in Street Fighter. Karin is number one. So you're a business, and you want people to buy your game, and you did a poll, and Karin became number one in Japan. So, and it's Tokyo Game Show, so it's probably pretty likely that it's Karin or Karin. And I got this one picture actually of Karin and Sakura together, and I know that is actually a picture of the Sota toy of Sakura. But what's interesting about it is, and I have seen pictures of her depicted with a brown backpack, and she has a brownish blackish backpack on as the toy. I just couldn't find the right picture, so I think it's Karin or Karen. I think Sakura is likely to be in the story, Fight Your Rival, unplayable character, DLC. That's really the end and everything I wanted to say. Going back, I'll just put up my final kind of like roster patch, 3.31, so you can just look at that and see the characters I've thrown in, and you can agree, disagree, whatever. Let me know in the comments. I love talking to you guys. I try to fit in everything as quickly as I possibly could. I've been talking really fast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for the positivity, you guys. I love you all. Peace out.